Hello everyone and welcome to part 13 of my Milwaukee Bucks MyGM on the Xbox One here on Cloud92 TV. And going into this episode, I realized that you can see the players' ambitions, so I'm showing you all the players that have 1 year left on their contracts and what they are considering doing in the next offseason. And the players that are considering leaving are DeJounte Blair, Vince Carter, and Carlos Delfino. And those 3 guys are very key assets for this team, so I'm going to try to keep them around next offseason because I did the math and this could be the last episode of this season, or we could have 4 more episodes after this depending on how the playoffs work out. So you can see the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder have moved on to their conference finals. I will see you guys down at the court.
Big Will in the building.
Welcome to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Semifinals. We have the Miami Heat going up against the Milwaukee Bucks, and look at Brandon Knight starting off the game good with an and one on Andrew Bynum. And this game basically decides our entire season. Everything that we've done this entire season, all the trades and everything, basically comes down to this one game. If we lose this, we're going to go into the offseason, and honestly, it's going to be a pretty tough offseason trying to keep around all of our players. And I think this offseason will be the one where I go for our star, because I don't feel like we have a true star on the team. You can make the debate that Larry Sanders is that, but I don't think he's really a top 20 player in the league. I'm looking at LaMarcus Aldridge to put along Larry Sanders during the offseason, since I'm pretty sure he is a free agent. And while we're on the topic of the offseason, the NBA free agency in real life is occurring, and it's starting to calm down. Some of the free agents that we've been waiting to hear from have finally signed some places. One free agent, Lance Stevenson, recently signed with the Charlotte Hornets, and I think that's going to be a very good fit for him, mainly because I think they have a good starting 5 now, because they have Stevenson at the 2, they're going to have Kemba at the 1, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist at the 3, then at the 4 you have Noah Vonleh from the draft and Al Jefferson at the 5. That's a pretty good starting 5, and I do think that the Charlotte Hornets will be that surprise playoff team this year. Another free agent that recently signed was Paul Pierce. He went to the Wizards, and I think that is just such a weird fit. I cannot picture Paul Pierce in a Wizards uniform. The Nets I thought was weird in itself, but I thought he was going to, stay with the Nets and try to stay with those 2 teams, but I think he's kind of like just trying to get as much money as he possibly can near the end of his career, and I think that's what the Wizards can provide him, and they do need some veterans on that team. Obviously, there are other free agents like Chandler Parsons that have signed other places, but I have kind of hinted at them in other parts of this series when I talked about free agency. The last bit of news I want to talk about before getting into the gameplay of this video is recently reaching 400 subscribers. I just want to thank you guys for reaching 400. Next goal is 500, and I may do some kind of special video for that just because it's a pretty big milestone on YouTube. So for that 500 subscriber special, what I'm thinking about doing is posting a video, just like a 20-second video, where you guys can put any questions you have, and then my 500 subscriber thank you video would be just me answering those questions that you guys left. That way we get a little bit more connection between me and all you guys that are watching these videos consistently. So that's all the news I want to talk about in the NBA and on my channel. Let's get into the gameplay of this video. The score is 36-35, and the Heat are staying with us, and they are playing nothing like they did in Game 6. In Game 6, we beat them by 22 points. LeBron went like 7 for 20 shooting. He had a terrible game. Dwayne Wade played terrible. Andrew Bynum fouled out in the 3rd quarter. The Heat just played terribly that game, and now all of a sudden they are only down by 4 points, and Dwayne Wade is knocking down that 3 to make it a 1-point game. So winning this series is going to be a more difficult task than I thought it would be, and I'm getting a little bit nervous because I thought we were going to be able to go into Miami and win by like double digits, 20 points or something like that, just like we had in Game Game 6. So with 5 minutes left in the first half, Jabari Parker is going on the break, and he's just going to pull up on the left side. LeBron's leaving him wide open, and LeBron played amazing this game. And look at him getting an and one on DeJounte Blair. There was just no stopping him. Look, he has 12 points, 5 for 5 in just the second quarter. And we really lucked out that Jabari Parker came back in this game. The only downfall about his return is that I think Giannis Antetokounmpo is a far better defender than him. So he had a really difficult time playing defense on LeBron since they both played the small forward position. So you can see Jabari is going in the post. He's going to pump fake and just pull right up. The Heat do not have a very good bench unit in their second season. I consider myself a pretty big NBA fan in that I know a lot of nobody players, but there were some guys on this team that I just had never heard of before. And look at Andrew Bynum getting a tip to make it a tie game going into the second half. And stupid Caron Butler, after raging last game, now he's celebrating and kissing the floor after that play. This guy's really bothering me in this series. So going into the second half of this game, LeBron James is leading the Heat with 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Starting off the third quarter, the Heat have taken a 2-point lead. Brandon Knight is going to drive and give it to JaVale McGee, and Andrew Bynum makes a boneheaded play right there. Not only did he foul JaVale McGee, but he also got called for goaltending, so he's basically handing us this win. Now Elton Brand has the ball, and we accidentally leave LeBron wide open. His foot was on the line, but we cannot leave the King that open, no matter where he is on the court. So now LeBron has the ball. Look at this. He has 3 defenders on him in the paint, and he still makes that shot to give the Heat a 3-point lead. And while LeBron was playing amazing on the Heat side of things, Brandon Knight was playing amazing for the Bucks. In the first half, he went 7 for 7 and had 18 points, I think. He did not miss a shot in the entire first half, and that forced the Heat to double team him a lot, which left a lot of his teammates open. And look at Brandon Knight's court vision there, finding Giannis on the right side, being left wide open with under 3 minutes left in the third quarter. The Heat have a 3-point lead. Caron Butler is missing a shot, and look at him. He's not kissing the floor right now. And Norris Cole is left open for 3, and we tie the game, and pressure is starting to settle in Miami. The Bucks are looking to upset the Heat, the 3-time champs, and the Heat are getting worried that as we're approaching the fourth quarter, the Bucks could actually do it. So we have a 3-point lead right now. Caron Butler has the ball. He's going to go in the post on Carlos Delfino. Delfino is not the best defender, so he's going to pull up and get that fadeaway jumper to go. We are now entering the fourth quarter of this game. Our season will be decided in the next 10 minutes, and look at LeBron James getting an alley-oop dunk to start off the quarter. That is not the way we wanted to start off. So the Heat are holding on to a 1-point lead. Dwayne Wade is passing it in to Andrew Bynum, who gets the layup right out the hoop. And here's the fun fact for you guys. In Game 6, Andrew Bynum had 2 points, and he fouled out in the third quarter. In Game 7, he had 20 points. That is just an example of how different the Heat played in Game 7 compared to Game 6. And one mistake I made with the rotations in this quarter was that I had Carlos Delfino at small forward, and he cannot guard LeBron. The Heat definitely recognized this, so they kept feeding it to LeBron in the post. He just took one dribble, went up, and got a hook shot. I think he did that like 3 plays in a row, so I was forced to sub in Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think I put him at the 3 spot, and I put Carlos Delfino at shooting guard. So after a steal by Giannis, Carlos Delfino is going to go coast to coast and get a layup right in Mario Chalmers' face. So the lead is only down to 2 points. The Heat are trying to hold on and win this series. Dwayne Wade is pulling up right in front of Jabari Parker. Even with tight defense, Dwayne Wade still made that shot. You can see Shane Battier is finally getting some playing time, and he actually played pretty decent defense on LeBron. But look at Jabari Parker getting an and one with 6 minutes left, and that was actually Andrew Bynum's 5th foul. So one more and he could foul out of this game again. And the Heat are choking now. They can't even get the ball to LeBron. Jabari Parker is going to take it coast to coast, and we now have a 1-point lead on the Heat with 4 minutes left in this series. And the King LeBron James is melting under pressure. He gets another turnover right there. Jabari Parker is going to go coast to coast again and get a fancy layup right at the hoop. That was a nice play by the rookie. He's proving why he was selected as the Rookie of the Year. Chalmers will give the ball to Andrew Bynum on the wing, and I fall for that pump fake, which results in Bynum getting an easy layup at the hoop. The Heat now have a 1-point lead. We cannot give up any 3-pointers. Carlos Delfino almost gets the steal, but Andrew Bynum gets the ball back, dishes it down to Dwayne Wade, and the Heat's lead is up to 3 points. The pressure is now on the Bucks. We need a score here. It is absolutely necessary, and Brandon Knight is making a 3 after having an amazing first half. He is stepping up at the end of this game, and he is tying up the score at 101. Elton Brand is making a layup the following play to give the Heat a 1-point lead, and after that, I got a little bit too excited with Brandon Knight. I literally give the ball right to the Heat, and Andrew Bynum is going to slam it on the other end to give the Heat a 4-point lead. Now Larry Sanders has the ball. We are approaching 1 minute left in this game, and he fouls out Andrew Bynum. Goodbye, Andrew Bynum, and he is pissed after that play. He is jumping up and down. He is clearly upset. Sanders would make 1 out of 2 free throws. Now LeBron has the ball, and Caron Butler makes a layup to give the Heat a 5-point lead. We need to score on our next 2 possessions and stop the Heat from scoring. Brandon Knight has it, out to Goran Dragic, and he will make the elbow shot to put us within 3 points of the Heat. A stop here is absolutely necessary. Elton Brand gets fouled, and our season will lie in the hands of Elton Brand. If he makes one of these free throws, the game could be over. He misses the first, and Larry Sanders is taunting him. Elton Brand is at the line. Here's the second, and he misses that one too. We get the ball. 30 seconds left, and we need a 3-pointer. The Heat are basically playing us uptight the entire way, and we're going to put it in the hands of Brandon Knight. Here comes a pick by Larry Sanders. He's going to get him to go on the pick, wide open for 3, and he knocks it down to tie the game at 107. Now LeBron has the ball. With 15 seconds left, the Heat still have a chance to win this game. He's going to go on an ISO. He's going to drive in, make him pass it out to Elton Brand. He's open on the wing, and he misses that shot again. Elton Brand is choking. 3 seconds left. Out to Goran Dragic for 3, and we will be going into overtime after a missed shot by Goran Dragic. 107 to 107. We will enter overtime. And what a crazy end to the 4th quarter. After being down by 5 points, we came back, scored 5 consecutive, and forced this game into overtime. But that means nothing if we do not close it out here. So Vince Carter is getting some playing time. Caron Butler is going to take advantage of that height mismatch, go in the post, and get that jumper to go. And one guy that was killing us in this overtime period was actually Larry Sanders. He was in the post on little Mario Chalmers, and he could not capitalize on that opportunity. Instead, JaVale McGee got the rebound. He went to the line and made 1 out of 2 free throws. The following play, we forced the Heat into a shot clock violation and scored, but for some reason, part of the foul got corrupt, so we now have a 1-point lead, and the Heat are choking. They cannot make wide open layups. That was a very key possession for the Bucks defensively, and now we are giving it to Sanders in the post on Dwayne Wade. He has the height mismatch there, and he misses the layup again. Luckily for him, JaVale McGee comes in and gets the rebound and puts it back in to give us a 3-point lead. Now the King has the ball. He's going to pass it out to Mario Chalmers. He's going to cross over Goran Dragic, get an open layup, and he gets blocked. A score here will end the game. We end up scoring there, but like I said, part of the video file got corrupt. So we scored there. We have a 5-point lead, and if we could just stop the Heat here, we will win this game. Dwayne Wade was open, but he did not want to take that shot. LeBron's going to take the shot with Jabari in his face, and he misses it. JaVale McGee gets the rebound. He passes it to Vince Carter, and we just need to last 3 more seconds. Goran Dragic will dribble out the clock, and the Milwaukee Bucks have upset the 3-time champions, the Miami Heat. I cannot believe we won this game after being down by 5 points. With a minute left in the 4th quarter, we were somehow able to step up, tie the game, and we just dominated the overtime period. Your player of the game was obviously Brandon Knight. After making that 3-pointer to force overtime, he had to be the player of the game. He had 27 points at the end. I am now showing you the NBA playoff bracket, and there are only 4 teams remaining. The Houston Rockets, which were a number 1 seed, the OKC Thunder, a number 3 seed, and then you have the number 3 seed Milwaukee Bucks and the 8-seeded Pacers. So the next episode in this series will be up against the Indiana Pacers, and I'm pretty confident going up against them, mainly because they're the number 8 seed, and I think if we can beat the Heat, there's a pretty good chance we can beat the Pacers. So I hope you guys had a fun time watching this video. Be sure to have a great day. God bless you guys. Bye!